Most people grew up with a happy little show called Pingu. The show itself surrounded a clay penguin called Pingu and his adventures with penguins and other characters speaking some sort of penguin language, all voiced by one guy. The show ran from 1997 to 1998, with there being 2 unreleased episodes that were made that were later released a year later. However, this is when things get curious. When I was 5 or 6, I watched a short segment of an episode called Pingu's Punishment, and from what I can remember, I saw a scene where Pingu was very upset and his mother was angrily smashing plates on the ground. And the general premise was that Pingu was playing outside when he's supposed to be doing chores. My mother came in, turned off the TV, and said dinner was ready, so I didn't see any more of the episode. But since then, I've been curious about it in full. I looked at an episode list on Wikipedia, but to no avail, seeing there was no episode listed under the name Pingu's Punishment. So out of curiosity, I contacted Trig Film Studio, the company that made the show, to ask them about it. Once I got in contact with them, I asked for a complete production guide of the series, to which they gave it to me via email, and after comparing the 2 lists of episodes, both from the production guide and Wikipedia, I noticed something strange about the last season. The episode titled Pingu Helps His Grandfather was missing, and at the bottom of the episode list for Series 4, that being the last series, there was another title instead. It was vaguely titled Pingu Ending. I tried to ask for a synopsis of the episode, but they wouldn't give it to me, claiming that it was personal information. Shortly after, I decided to Google Pingu Lost Episode Unreleased and Pingu's Punishment, and I found something. There was a file on Rapid Share. I downloaded it, to which I noticed the file name was Pingu's Punishment Pingu Lost Episode.zip. The file itself contained 2 documents, one being a TXT file called Fear. The file document was as follows. This is an unreleased episode from Pingu's final season. This was supposed to be the finale for the whole series, however, it ended up getting cancelled. This episode was released in some countries. Watch at your own risk. Do not redistribute. Feel suspicious, and my heart pounded, but my curiosity got the best of me. The second document in the files was an AVI file. I opened it up to find it was the same episode I saw as a kid, however it felt off. The intro music for the show was muted and somewhat distorted, and instead of Pingu's usual meet meet, there was backwards audio, and I recorded it via sound recorder and found out it said, "You cannot survive beyond death." After a moment, it got back to the part where I had seen it before, with Pingu's mother smashing plates. Then, after a second, it faded to black, and afterwards, a blood-curdling scream was heard. Then, it switched quickly to another image of Pingu's mother standing on a stool, crying. Then, after 1 minute, her crying slowly started to sound and turn into laughing. Then, after another quick cut, it showed Pingu lying on the floor with her head ripped off. I paused for a moment and felt myself becoming sick. The blood around it looked like real blood, but it can't have been. They must have used fake blood, right? I decided to resume the video. After another pause, it suddenly cut to some old grainy footage of some scientists going into a slaughterhouse. The video then panned to a conveyor belt showing cows being slaughtered. Eventually, what appeared to be a penguin rolled up onto the conveyor belt and was promptly crushed by the crushers. Then after that, it cut back to Pingu's mother, now standing in the kitchen. There was a trampoline in front of her, and also a fan above. She jumped onto the trampoline, flinging herself up into the rotating fans, causing blood to splatter everywhere. video then slowed as it showed Pingu's mother's corpse falling to the ground. All the while, flashes of Pingu and the other characters, all dead, flashed on the screen, while a lullaby played in the background, that being Hush Little Baby, which faintly played and was somewhat distorted. I paused the video and immediately rushed to the bathroom and vomited. I felt sick and nauseous after seeing what I saw. I then returned to my computer, resuming the video. Then it cut to a screen in which backwards audio was playing. Once again, I recorded it and put it through my sound editor. The audio was someone saying, "You must be stupid enough to reverse this. Your life would be pitch black in a few seconds now." All the while, the credits played faintly in the background, heavily distorted and in Times New Roman. The last image on the video was what appeared to be a mask with red eyes that loosely resembled a Pingu, or some sort of penguin. The mask then said in a distorted voice, "Darkness begins now," and quickly my computer froze and the power went out. It lasted a few seconds before coming back on, and at this point I was shaken. After getting a moment to calm myself down, I decided to reach out to the main voice actor, Carlo Bonomi, who voiced all the characters in the show. At first, I treated it like an interview, talking to him about Pingu and the show in general, but eventually I talked about the episode I saw, to which he paused and then asked where I found out about it, to which I explained everything, and that's when he explained what had happened. During the 1997 season of Pingu, there was an employee called Ted Goldman. Ted was a quiet man and not usually sociable. However, near the end of the season, his mother had died when trying to get something from a high shelf. The ceiling fan was still on, and she was unfortunately decapitated. This affected Tim a lot, and as a result, he made the episode. Beside that, he submitted disturbing notes to the producers and creators, and even asked Bonomi to do a voice of Pingu dying. Shortly thereafter, the creators then found out that Ted was being charged for animal abuse and murder, and supposedly left a suicide note claiming that he was going to live in Antarctica. But apparently there was no record saying that he'd ever gone there. He was last found in California, purchasing what appeared to be a gun. He had never been heard of or seen since then. Afterwards, I decided to play the entire episode backwards to see if there was anything else I'd missed. Starting from the reversed audio at the end, I heard what appeared to be a scream, some kind of shout, and then some words that have haunted me to this day that plague my mind. The only way out of this hell is suicide.